Hello everyone, my name is Ohad and welcome back to another video of Csgo. Last week someone left a comment over YouTube asking about the sharded web investments we decided to participate in and the different sharded web stickers. Now I'm quite busy throughout the week as always, some of you may have already noticed that, and apparently a lot of things occurred that week. Originally he asked this question before the prices of the sharded web items soared, and as of today, while I'm recording this video, we are experiencing a small dip in prices. Regardless, I will answer his question, but I will try to adjust it to the current situation so it will be as relevant as possible for everybody that watches this. I would also say that this video is most likely going to be linked to the second episode of the CS Bargains show, because I think there is a lot of opportunities here to invest, so be mindful of that. Joshua asked, could you take a further look into the sharded web items as investments? When we should think about selling them, especially the gold web foil stickers and the sharded web cases. So this is a great question that I think almost everyone asked himself the same thing, especially nowadays. Everything seems to spike in price so rapidly over the Steam market, rather if those some old random stickers or discontinued items from different collections. It really feels like every day there is something new going on here, and that's probably the result of a lot of money getting pumped into the system called the Steam market, as investing and the whole concept of making some money out of Steam is getting more popular and known out there. I've also noticed that Dota 2 items are slumping, so perhaps people just transfer their Dota 2 money into CSGO, and that's why everything just spikes. So how can you know if you should drop that investment, or perhaps to reinvest and buy some more? If you already decided to buy some more, what if you're overpaying? These are all great questions that we will try to cover, but to start off by answering your question pretty straightforward, you should not sell any of it unless you got something else on your mind you want to invest in. That's my core principle that if you follow my videos long enough, you probably know it by now. And the reason for that is quite simple, like, what are you gonna do with the money? I mean, cool, you managed to get out just a little bit earlier and made $10 more, right? You managed to save those 10 bucks, 50 bucks, 20 bucks. But now if you want to reinvest in the same item, you need to be mindful of the fact that Steam will still take you those 30% fee that you need to exceed again with your new buy point. And regardless, the sharded web investment in particular is not a shady type of investments that should make you worried in the long run. Those items cannot be obtained anymore, and that's one of the most important details out there. We experienced a spike in price recently, therefore we know that there is some demand for those items. Rather if people love them or they just assume that they can make money out of it, the market for those items is there. As long as you know what you are going after, the right timing to sell out your items depends on the other investment you are planning to take. It's about the transition to the next thing. And the reason why I feel so comfortable saying that the sharded web is a solid investment is truly based on the fact that you cannot get those items anymore, and the charts are always feeling so repetitive. Just try to observe this information. Almost with any other item that is considered as a good investment, the pattern of the sales chart is the same. Let me show you multiple examples here. Rather if it is the sharded web case or major capsules, these are all great investments that you can tell they share the same attributes of being unique, meaning you cannot obtain them anymore, and I want you to take a look at the pattern. When it all starts, there is a big hype, prices are very high and you most likely never want to hold or buy those items at that point. After a while there is a slump, because there are way too many items that flooding the market. Right after the major or the operation ends, there is another small spike because now it officially considered as rare, which results in people panic selling for the quick profit, so there is another dip. And since that moment, it usually remains in the static pattern of having a big spike in price, then people are selling out for whatever reason, and the prices eventually increase in price again. It is important to mention that in each cycle, like that, the prices setting a new record high, and the only thing that differentiates one investment from another is the length of those cycles based on the demand of those items. To conclude everything, I have bought myself some of those sharded web stickers from third-party sites during the spike, which means I most definitely overpaid, and a lot of people can look at it as a mistake, which it is to some extent, if you are looking at it in the last month graph perspective. In the long run, you have to understand that it won't matter as much because it will continuously increase in price over the next couple of months, so there is nothing to be worried about. especially if you are getting your items from third-party sites, which are already cheaper than buying those through the Steam community market. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for the continuous support. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.